from Montreal north. North past the shores of Hudson's Bay, north of Ungava Bay and Hudson's Strait, north of Baffin Island and Baffin Bay and Ellesmere, north 2,500 miles where Canada and Greenland almost touch, is Tula, northernmost habitation of mankind in the world. In Tula, the ice never disappears. The night is 4 months long. Sunrise comes in February. By April, the seals are out basking on the spring sea ice. And so in April, the men of Tula set out on the long hunt. For them, the seal is the basic staple of life: food, clothing, heat, and light. Only one other animal is more important: the dog. The dog is the means of hunting. With his team and sled, the polar Eskimo can range for hundreds of miles in search of game, return with the kill to his village and family. Without his dogs, he would soon starve. At this time of year, the hunters of Tula roam freely over the ice of Greenland, Canada, and the sea between, watching, dog and man alike, for the dark spots against the endless white that mean seals sunning themselves beside their breathing holes. Once sighted, it takes all the skill learnt in generations of hunting to make the kill. The dogs are hushed. The hunter, behind a white shield, begins to creep within rifle range. The slightest movement, a single sound, will send the seal slithering into the water. That does it. Every seal for miles is gone like a flash. The dogs of Tula have to be trained to perfection if they and their masters are to live. But these hunters of the North are philosophical fellows. If seals are gone, they're gone. So they look for a new trail to follow. A bear track. Blood enemy of the men of Tula. He too is a killer of seals, a competitor in the hunt for food. Killing him is a social duty and the cherished hope of every hunter. The most savage and crafty beast of the Arctic, he invariably leads the chase far out to broken ice, where the going is most dangerous for his pursuers. Only the most expert hunters can match his cunning. A new pair of polar bear trousers is a mark of distinction in the tribe. The pursuit may last all day, 2 days, before the dogs are released and the bear is cornered. A great female with 2 cubs. Sentiment here for mother and babies. This is a fight for survival in a bitter land. Now it's a race against a turn of the weather over drifting, treacherous ice back to land. Time enough to oil guns and prepare hides at the camp, while the dogs rest, exhausted by the 100-mile chase. As the season advances into July, the never-setting sun melts the snow from the coastal lowland. The heavy sled drags laboriously over waterlogged tundra and sharp, bare rock. They're at home only on ice, these people. In April, covered with snow, this stretch of land was crossed in 7 hours. Now it takes 7 days to get back to the permanent ice cap of the interior, where the sleds can travel properly. A pair of sealskin boots is worn out in a day. It's a savage, back-breaking trip. But no hardship seems to break the spirit of Tula people. Just to be alive is almost a miracle for them. Altogether, they are barely 300 souls in 1,000 miles of emptiness. To be alone in that emptiness is the only thing they fear. They have learned out of the desperate necessity of this land how to live and work together. They do not even have in their language a word that means thank you. It isn't needed. They take it for granted that one man will help another. August in Tula means autumn. The wind turns colder and the ice begins to reform. It's time to take to boats and hunt for walrus, winter rations for the dogs. Every hunter has 15 dogs or more to feed throughout the winter. Every dog needs 3 pounds of meat a day. Unless the walrus hunting is good, the family ration of seal meat must be shared with the dogs. So the cry of walrus is music to the ears of the hunters. Just shoot walrus, because killed or wounded, they sink like stones. You have to creep in close and harpoon them. Playing with death. One swipe of those mighty tusks would tear the boat to pieces, and the man too. Attached to the harpoon is an inflated sealskin which floats on the surface to mark the spot where the walrus went down. This year the hunting is good. It will be a good winter for dog and man. With September, the blizzards sweep down again from the pole. As the October sun fades into darkness, the visible world shrinks to tiny circles of light in the winter huts of Tula. There are sleeping bags to make, clothing, boots. The women and boys go out to trap the blue foxes they trade with men of another world for a rifle, a kerosene stove, a gramophone. There is talk and visiting and much laughter. And sometimes, perilously in the moonlight, the men go out on the sea ice to hunt seals. But it's a long night for the hunters of the North Pole.